Hello and welcome to the Stamp Camp. It's Thursday night, which means it's One Sheet Wonder night. Tonight I have a scenic card. It's a fun fold card using the Splendid Autumn Designer Series paper. I was asked recently why I only do one card for One Sheet Wonder lately, and that is because it is a 6x6 paper pack that I'm using, and these scenes are just gorgeous that I have been finding ways to create a card using the entire 6x6 sheet. So there's minimal waste. And yes, it only is one card, but it is a beautiful card. So with that being said, let's change the camera and get started. Okay, so tonight we're using the Splendid Autumn Designer Series paper. Now this is the featured paper in this month's Stamp Camp at Home Card Club kit. My club members receive the full 6x6 pack. They get the card kits to create 8 cards, 4 different designs, 2 of each design, plus they're going to get the pattern for my Thursday night One Sheet Wonder night. They're going to get the pattern and the measurements to create those One Sheet Wonder cards. So again, I only use, generally if it's a 6x6 I will create, and especially if it's a scenic print, I will only create one card with that print to keep the print somewhat intact. Tonight we're going to make a puzzle piece card, but it is going to be a fun fold card, and we're going to use the whole 6x6 sheet except for just a smidgen that we won't be using, but that's pretty good. So we're going to use this print right here. Now the 2 dies that I'm bringing in are the coordinating Autumn Expressions bundle. We're going to use the sentiments and then the dies, and then I'm also bringing in a leaf die from the Changing Leaves dies. No, it's actually, I'm using the circle from the Changing Leaves dies, and I'm using a leaf from the Autumn Expressions dies. So if you don't have circles, you can easily just use punches, whatever you have. So let's get started by cutting up this Designer Series paper. Since we are creating a puzzle piece, maybe I'll do the base of the card first and get that ready. Okay, so my card base is 5.5 by 11. So 5.5 by 11. We're going to bring this in and we're going to score this at 2 1/8. I got a piece of cardstock in my track. I want to get rid of that. Okay, so we're going to score this at 2 1/8. Get my cutting blade out of the way. 2 1/8. 4 1/4. And 8 1/2. Let's get this in. 8 1/2. All right. I'm going to fold this up a minute. We're going to fold this side in. We're going to fold this side this way. And then we're going to fold this back. So we kind of got like a little bit of a Z fold here and a flap here. Just like that. That's our card base. Then I have a piece that should be 4 by 5 1/4. That looks right. And I have another piece 4 by 5 1/4 that's going to go on the inside there. And then I have a piece that is going to go on my flap there. All right. So lots of pieces. We're going to deal with this one first. We're going to start by cutting our Designer Series paper. Now this is the portion of it that I want on my card front. So I'm going to cut off on this side here. So when you cut your cardstock, just determine which part you want to see. So I'm going to cut this at 3 3/4 of an inch by 5. So I'm going to cut the top off because I want to keep that bottom portion. So this is what is going to be on my card front. And keep that. And keep this. Let's flip this around because this is the bottom part, and I want to cut off at the top at 5 1/4. I might make it a little bit debating. No, I'm going to do it at 5 1/4. Okay, so this piece here is waste. Not a whole lot of waste, but you will have some waste. And then you want to cut this down to 2 inches. I'm going to go like, for now I'm going to cut it at 2 1/8. And you won't use that little strip because that's going to go on here. Oh, I need to cut it down to 5, not 5 1/4. I need to cut it down to 5. So that it fits on here. I'm just debating whether I want wider on the sides. Maybe yeah, I'm going to cut it down to 2 inches. So it ends up being 2 by 5. So it's going to fit like that, 2 by 5. And then this piece here is going to be our puzzle piece. So we're going to start at the bottom and we're going to cut off 1 1/4 inches off the bottom, just like that. Then I'm going to come here and I'm going to cut on the left hand side. I'm going to cut 1 1/4 inches off the left hand side, like that. So far this is our puzzle here. Now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to cut 1 1/4 inch off the bottom on this piece. Alright, so now this is, and then I'm going to take this and go cut it at 1 1/4 inches. Alright, so I have put my puzzle back together. Now the bottom piece, I'm going to take the bottom right hand corner and I'm going to cut it off at 1 1/4, just like this. And I'm going to do the same with this, the top corner on this one. I'm going to cut at 1 1/4. And I just created little puzzle pieces like that. So I'm going to bring in my piece that is 4 by 5 1/4 and I'm going to place my puzzle pieces on this basic beige piece, keeping them all in order. Like that. You are going to attach them all kind of in place again, but with a little bit of that basic beige showing. So let me get these. And it's probably easier to use your liquid glue. I'm going to start in the bottom corner here. And start by placing those on. So I'm keeping with the scene. I'm just making it into like a puzzle. Oop. And with the liquid glue, it gives me a little wiggle room to move it around. So it's maybe a little like quilting, but I think more like a puzzle. All right, almost done. I gotta remember how this piece went on there. I think it was like this, yep. Let me get, I like the liquid glue, so I got that wiggle room, but you can see how it's all put right back together. So this piece is going to fit. You're going to attach it to this front Z-fold right here on the front. So we're going to, I'm going to just put my liquid glue here, and I'm not going to go all the way to the edge because we are going to have a little bit of that cherry cobbler showing. So just like that. All right, and then this flap here, we're going to put this piece on. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that. Just like this. And then we're going to attach this to that other side flap here, like so. So it kind of carries over the print. This was from this side, but it just kind of carries that over. And then we have this piece here that we're going to put at the top. And it's just, you're just going to center that. Whatever direction looks the best. Or if you just wanted to do the other side, you could easily just do that side. Oh, and I guess I'm going to because I just put adhesive on the wrong side. You could come in with some leaves too, I think. Maybe I'm going to put it at the bottom. We're going to kind of do some things as we go here. I got some leaves. We're going to stick them on. Oops. So this is kind of a create on the fly because I really just kind of winging things. But that looks pretty cool. And it will coordinate with the card, or the sentiment that I put on the front. Now, if you prefer to put this on the inside here, you can do that as well instead of on that flap. It really would go on either flap. And then to finish it off on the front, I cut some circles and punched some circles. I stamped Dear Friend, which is in the Autumn Expressions stamp set. I used Cajun or Cherry Cobbler ink. This circle die was from the Changing Leaves die set, but you can use any circles that you have. I'm going to pop that up. And we're going to put it right here. I mean, you can put it wherever you like, but I'm going to put it off to the side here. And then I got a couple more of those leaves, and I did them in pumpkin pie, and I think it's, oh, what is that? Pumpkin pie and, let me see, peach pie. Pumpkin pie and peach pie. And I'm going to put a dimensional just at the point of each of these leaves. And then I'm going to put those on where the dimensional is going to kind of be off from the circle. And then I've already used the twine, the natural color twine, and tied a double bow, and we're going to put that right there over those leaves where they meet with a glue dot. And I'm going to come in with those faux glass dots, and we'll put a couple of those on. Let's see. Maybe we'll do a few different colors. Bring in some of the other colors. Something like that. So there you have it. One sheet wonder, 1 6x6 of that Splendid Autumn Designer Series paper. And then we cut it up into bits to make like a puzzle piece, and then it opens up like so. This is the only waste we had, and then a little bit of the strips. So not too bad for that 6x6, and we kind of carried on with the print, so we didn't lose any of that detail, but a pretty fall type fun fold card. Pretty quick and easy. The puzzle pieces probably take the longest to put together, but the liquid glue works really well for that. So that is it for tonight. If you need any of the supplies, if you click on show more under the video, you will have the list of all the supplies that I used for tonight. Click on any of those and it will bring you to my online store. I do appreciate any and all orders. If you are new to my YouTube channel, make sure that you like, share, give me those thumbs up. Click on that bell in the upper right hand corner so you always know when I go live. Thanks again for joining me. Thanks for stopping by.